Hi, loves. Welcome back for another week ahead reading. This is from the 10th to the 16th of August 2026. I'm recording this on the Lionsgate portal. Happy 888. What a beautiful manifestation energy this is. I hope that you've had a beautiful Lionsgate and you feel this energy and you feel bold and confident and you're ready to take on whatever it is that your heart desires. You'll feel this energy for a couple more days, probably like up to the 11th, maybe the 15th. I see some people say the 11th, some say the 15th, but I feel like all Leo season will be feeling the vibes of this energy. All right, love. So I hope that last week's message served you well. Thank you for those who commented, those who liked the video. I appreciate the engagement. It really does help get my videos out to more eyes. All right, loves, let's get into it. As usual, I'm going to start with an oracle card and move into your tarot message. So, spirit guys, connect me with the collective. What are the messages I need to share with them for this upcoming week from the 10th to the 16th of August 2026? May all messages be for the highest good of all involved, with harm to none. All right, let's get your theme. What's the theme for this? Thank you. That was quick. All right, we have exchanging gifts. I'm taking into consideration that it came out reverse. So there could be some kind of imbalance here, whether you're giving way too much or receiving too much and not giving as much as you should be. There could be some kind of imbalance with your energy. No, when I see exchanging gifts, is it that some of y'all are being called to, like, you watch people doing what it is you love on social media perhaps, and you've been longing to do it, and you gain a lot from watching your mentors, your role models, and it's time for you to exchange that energy, right? The way how they're supporting you through the collective, maybe it's now your turn to support the collective in kind. Could be some sort of imbalance. However, this resonates for you. Bottom of the deck is a tribe. How funny is that? So when it comes to people, like I mentioned, the collective. So this could be your inner circle, your people, your family, your friends that feel like family. There could be some where is there not an even give or take, or give and take rather, give and take. Top of the deck is peace. All right, so has there been some kind of discussion about this? Some kind of conflict. It doesn't feel heavy, but peace surrounds you. Have a little conversation, have a little chat. I don't feel as if there's any love lost here. Loyal heart is under peace. No love lost here. Just people probably a little bit irritated with people in some way. What's under loyal heart? Chaos and conflict. You can't make it up. No love lost. I love that loyal heart is next to peace. It really does underline what I've been saying. There's no love lost here. All right, let's see. Building blocks underneath the tribe. So these are people who support you, who uplift you. Somebody's feeling a bit abandoned, left out in the cold in some way. At the heart, my love, is breathe. So this takes me back to a card. So I've been going live quite a bit on another platform. And there was a card that came out sharing a breath. And I was explaining that the card is basically about if you feel as if you're not on the same level, you and your whoever friend, y'all just seem to be rubbing each other the wrong way and can't seem to understand each other. You say one thing, they hear it another way. They say one thing, you hear it another way. A way to kind of bring down the energy so y'all on the same, or bring up the energy even, so y'all on the same vibe before having communication, is to sit down face to face and share breath, as in y'all inhale at the same time, you exhale at the same time. Do a couple rounds of that until both of y'all are in the same frequency and things have cooled down, calmed down, and there's a sense of peace, and then have your conversation, right? Let's see. Under breathe is observer. And we have go the distance. All right. No love lost here. Observe each other's breath. Share breath. All right. So let's get into tarot and see how this breaks down for each day of the upcoming week. Let's see. And the first thing I see when I cut the deck is the Lovers. No love lost here. Maybe that's what I'll name this video. One more shuffle. All right, let's get Monday's energy. What's going on for Monday? Okay, card, please. Huh. 9 of Wands. Standing your ground. Let me see what's going on for Tuesday's energy. That's 3 cards. 10 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, and the Chariot. Very much the tribe. All right, family, the tribe. Walking away from something. I'm moving on, moving forward. And I'm seeing the 6 of Cups as well, which is all about your sentimental connections. I just want one card though, Spirit guys. For Tuesday's energy, please. One card for Tuesday. Thank you. All right, we got 5 of Swords. Just going for Wednesday. A Page of Swords, very cerebral. Thursday, the 10 of Pentacles. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the Hermit. All right, so I'll show you these cards as they go through each day. Let's get your supporting messages. So at the foundation of all of this is the Queen of Swords, being very straightforward, being very upfront, learning from the past, having strong boundaries, being able to communicate with clarity, and being also, and not just, and it goes both ways, exchanging gifts, it goes both ways. So it's not just you vent, and then when it's the other person's time, you shut down, or vice versa, right? Let's see, top of the deck is the 6 of Swords. Time to move forward. So it's interesting how the same messages are still coming through, even though I put the cards back into the deck. It's this message of let go. Let's grow. We growing together or we growing apart? Which is it? No in between. At the heart is the Devil. So we have an Ace of Swords, which is an opening, an opportunity for some new understanding, some clarity, some clear communication, some sense of understanding here. And then we have the Queen of Wands. So understanding how dynamic your energy is, not taking that for granted, understanding how confident you might come off and how you probably don't take things personally, but not everybody is you, and not everybody is able to roll with the punches like you, and not everybody is able to laugh things off and not take things as personally as you do. Some people are controlled by their emotions, controlled by their thoughts, their anxiety, their fear, their past experiences, their pains. All right, so let me show you your supporting cards together, because it's always important to see a picture how it all comes together. All right, there's potentially a need for taking time out. Some of y'all might be seeking out mentors, seeking out mediation, looking to some elder or some wise person to help you work through some kind of conflict. Again, this conflict does not feel heavy at all. All right, I feel as if you're all ready to move forward and you see where the wires have been crossed. Okay, so Monday we have the 9 of Wands. Potential to stand your ground, set boundaries, defend what you know to be true for yourself. All right, this could be based on your intuition, and intuitively you feel as if this is a step you need to take. No backing down, no doubting yourself. All right. There could also be this need for some level of isolation. Maybe not so much isolation, but just taking a time out, taking a breather. And the need for you to take this breather is valuable to you. It's like you taking time to clear your mind. And people might try to push for a conversation, but it is important for you to take this time out on Monday. Tuesday, we have a Five of Swords. So the mind seems to be still going. And now when we add Mars energy on top of that, this could be explosive. This could be where the conflict comes in. Again, how can you clear your mind so that it's not like birds? Imagine birds pecking at your head. What do we need to do to work through this energy? All right, there's some kind of argument that could come up. And again, with it being Mars Day, people could be a little bit on edge. And there are some transits, I believe, going on that do lead. Oh, we got the eclipse season coming up as well. Right, we got the eclipse in Leo coming up. People could be like, everybody wants to be the loudest. Everybody wants to be, to be seen and to get the attention. Right? Not saying that's how all Leos are. That's just the extreme side of Leo. So Tuesday, be aware that they could be people just coming at you. You're trying to get away. You're trying to connect to you're trying to stay in the energy of Monday where you are able to take a breather and just stand your ground in your own space. Have your own little space. But people could be coming at you all the time. Remember to not take this personally and to seek higher ground. Don't get caught up in the noise. Wednesday, we have the Page of Swords, communication. Again, it's a very communicative week, it feels. Wednesday, Mercury Day. So, a message coming in, some kind of clarity, some kind of understanding. You see how the wires have been crossed potentially. For some of you, there's a need for for journaling, for expressing yourself in some way, perhaps not necessarily to the person that's involved in this situation, but just to get your thoughts out and clear. For some of you, there's something that you need to say that you've been biting your tongue on tongue you've been biting your tongue on, yes, for quite some time, and it's time to speak up. I also feel like when we go back to the initial message where I was saying, is it that some of y'all are being called to share your gifts, to give back to the collective, and you've been doubting it? Maybe you feel as if your message has no value, or something along, maybe it's a little bit of an unpopular opinion, maybe it's a little bit controversial, maybe it's that the collective might not be, you might be ahead of the game. Remember Leo, Aquarius axis, you might be ahead of the game, but don't let that stop you. The time is now. All right, if you feel pulled to speak up, to speak on something, to represent yourself or somebody else, I feel as if you're being called into that energy. Now, when I do my extended, I will clarify each card to see exactly how this is unfolding, to get a little more detail with this week ahead. Thursday's energy is the Ten of Pentacles. This is the tribe. This is the family. This is ancestors and descendants and elders. This is security and stability. This is the roots running deep. Thursday, Jupiter Day, Money Day, for the Ten of Pentacles to come out. That's actually very beautiful. Every week, without fail, these cards are very much aligned with the energies of the day. So Thursday, your money could be looking good. Thursday, you could be getting support in some way. Maybe you're able to speak up and say that you need support. Maybe where you feel as if there's been some kind of unfairness within your collective, your tribe, you're like, well, y'all always supporting this and this and that. I need support too. And it takes me back to last week's message where it's like, but are people aware that you need help? Because some people could be looking as if they're gliding through life, not saying their life is perfect, and people perceive their lives as perfect, but they look as if they're able to handle things on their own, right? The strong people need help too. So Thursday, there's something here with money and it's looking good. Lots of support, money stacking, money growing, materials as well. If it's not money, it could be other types of resources, but something that's real that you can touch and feel. Okay. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have the Hermit. Over the weekend, you might be called into some kind of reflection, all right? Seeking peace, seeking solitude, seeking enlightenment, looking for some of y'all looking within. What was my part within this situation? And even if you're the one being treated unfairly, again, what is your part in this situation? Where have your boundaries been a little bit wishy washy? There is this going inwards over the weekend. For some of you, it could be connecting to your spirituality, connecting to your inner child, your inner wisdom, seeking like going quiet in mindfulness, being mindful so that you can receive the messages you need to receive, so you can come out feeling like you can deal, you come out of you come out of the hermit mode with a sense of clarity that will support you in moving into a brand new week on a higher level of understanding, a higher level of clarity, a higher level of thinking, a higher level of peace, a higher level of balance, something along those lines. But again, as I extend this reading, I will see what other messages come through as I expand the message, right? Just watch out for the shadow self, the devil. Watch out for the codependency. Look at where you might be feeling abandonment issues, dealing with abandonment issues. What's coming up to the surface for you to for you to look at, for you to heal, for you to learn from. Where the red flags that you might have, avoided or not paid attention to. And now you're a lot wiser. So now as you go forward, you know what to look out for, what to accept and what not to. These are the questions that we're looking at. All right. So this is the basic energy of the week ahead. If you're interested in the extended, link is down below. My loves, have a beautiful week. Thank you for being here another week. Take care. Bye.